Eagles' new head coach, Nick Sirianni, was officially given that title this weekend, and he arrived in Philadelphia today as his coaching staff starts to take shape. I'm going to talk about the coaching staff and why, as I look at it, I think it might not have to do all, at least, with Carson Wentz. All that and more coming up next.
This morning, got yourself a gun. Your mama always said you'd be the chosen one. The 1 in a million, you got that burn to shine. But you were born under a bad sign with a blue moon in your eyes. Woke up this morning, all that love had gone. Your papa never told you about right and wrong. But you're looking good, baby. I believe you're feeling fine. Shake my back, burn under a bad sign with a blue moon in your eyes.
Woke up this morning,
Got a blue moon, got a blue moon in your eyes. Woke up this morning, got a blue moon, got a blue moon in your eyes.
Thanks for clicking on that thumbnail, and welcome back to another episode of Eagles News Now. I'm, of course, professional wrestler Chris Wilde. This is bar 4133, and over the weekend, the Eagles announced officially that Nick Sirianni, former offensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts, is their new head coach, and he started immediately naming his offensive staff. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Also, how I feel about the signing. And, you know, when Nick Sirianni was named head coach, right away, beat writers, analysts, fans, content creators, everybody said that the Eagles had themselves their next puppet, and that this hire was all about control and about a guy that could fix Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz. And you know what? I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. First off, I don't know anything about Nick Sirianni, the person. From the outside looking in, he does not look like a guy that is going to be made into this puppet. And the fact that he has started to name his own staff, not just random guys, but guys that he's familiar with, tells me that he is not going to be controlled by the Eagles. Now, look, I know it's so early to say that. And again, I could use the argument against my take to where I don't know. Maybe this is a guy that can be used. But at least him naming his own staff shows some promise. And again, another thing that people said when he was hired was, you know, because of his history with getting the best out of quarterbacks, that the Eagles were going to use him as the guy to fix Carson Wentz. And information was leaked out that they had told all their coaching candidates that if you want to coach here, you're going to have to coach Carson. Carson is going to stay. Now, that has since been refuted as not being the case. But, yeah, I'm sure they told their next head coach, look, this guy that we've got hundreds of millions of dollars invested in is going to be, or we at least would like him to be on our team. Of course they would, because trading Carson, you're going to get a cap hit. You're going to eat money. So, of course, you would want him to stick around. However, I don't think that's entirely the case. I don't think that that's a deal breaker. I don't think that Nick Sirianni is looking at Carson Wentz or bust. And again, I think because of the fact that he's so good with quarterbacks and the fact that he named former offensive coordinator of the LA Chargers, Shane Steichen, I hope I'm saying that right, his offensive coordinator, also tells me that maybe they are also looking at Jalen Hurts. Now, Shane Steichen is a guy that is responsible, or one of the guys responsible for Justin Herbert's development and progress this year. I think Justin Herbert, look, guys, another hot take, I guess. I think he's going to be better than Joe Burrow. He's absolutely amazing. He played great, played lights out this year for a rookie. And look, the Chargers offense was ranked ninth overall at the end of the year and 6th in passing. They had an awesome offense. And again, this guy is a guy that Justin Herbert actually wanted back. So he can develop a young quarterback like Herbert. You look at a guy like Jalen Hurts, would also be a guy that he would be able to mentor. So at the very least, the Eagles have two guys, offensive minds, that are great with quarterbacks. They also hired, as far as passing game coordinator, they hire a Kevin Patullo, who also comes from the Colts. He was their wide receivers coach. He brings a pretty good resume as well. And again, this is a guy that works well with quarterbacks. Ryan Fitzpatrick had his best year in 2015 with the New York Jets when Kevin Patullo was the quarterbacks coach. That's no coincidence there that they have hired all these guys that, look, Jeffrey Lurie said he wants offense. He's intrigued by offense, and you have hired a young staff. These guys, none of these guys are over 40 that I just named. A young staff that's going to introduce fresh ideas. I mean, look, the Eagles' offense was stale after 2017, whether it was Frank Reich leaving or if it was the wrong guys in the wrong positions as far as coaching on Doug's staff. The offense was absolutely stale. And all these guys that left, Press Taylor won't be back. Deuce Staley, I know he's a fan favorite. I love Deuce. Thank you. But he's gone. I think the fact that we're going to have a lot of fresh ideas is going to do nothing but benefit this team. Now, whether it's Carson Wentz, whether Sirianni can fix Carson Wentz, and I understand why you would think that, because, look, again, going back to his resume, you can go back to 2013. He was the quarterbacks coach for the then San Diego Chargers. And Phillip Rivers gets comeback player of the year. 2017, he was the wide receivers coach for the Chargers, and Keenan Allen was the comeback player of the year. And then in 2018, he, of course, was the offensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts. And guess what? Andrew Luck wins comeback player of the year. Again, this isn't all a coincidence. This is a guy that knows how to get the best out of his players, and it's one of the things that he said during one of, obviously there hasn't been a press conference yet, but one of the things he said as Indianapolis Colts offensive coordinator, that it was important for him, not for his scheme, but for his players. So with Doug Peterson, a lot of people said, look, Doug had his scheme and the players were going to play in his scheme and follow it no matter what. With Sirianni, he's saying, no, we're going to play to our players' strengths, whether it fits our scheme or not. We're going to not ask a guy to do something that he's not absolutely great at doing. Look at the run game. I mean, again, we love Deuce Staley here. Absolutely love him. And a lot of that comes from him being an all-time Eagles great player. But the running backs have not been great. Our running game has not been great. Now, I know at the end of the day that goes to Doug Peterson calling plays and Press Taylor and whatever stupid array of offensive coordinators they had last year. But at the same time, these guys just were not great. A guy like Miles Sanders is going to benefit greatly from Sirianni as the coach, because look at what he did with Jonathan Taylor and Naheem Hines and Marlon Mack before Mack got hurt last year. Great stuff. I mean, look, Taylor's a great talent. Having over 1,000 yards last year as a rookie, I mean, it's nothing to shy away from. And I'll take that all day, and I'm sure Miles Sanders will too. I doubt you're going to see a game where Miles Sanders, this big game like the Eagles had against the Cowboys, where Miles Sanders only has 7 touches. I just doubt that's going to happen. So that's something else awesome that Sirianni brings to the table. And again, I'm sure it's something that the Eagles looked at also, where this narrative where his hiring is all about Carson Wentz. I just don't buy it. I just don't. And again, like I said, and I'll end the Carson Wentz thing for right now because I got a whole nother video of what's going on with him, probably going to be posted tomorrow. But I don't think it is all about Wentz. I'm sure that had something to do with it because, again, the Eagles owe this guy a lot of money, and they gave this guy a lot of money, $54 million plus bonus money so far. So, I mean, look, and again, it's hard to trade a guy like this. It just is. Best case scenario, Nick Sirianni comes in. Apparently, he's already talked to Wentz through the phone. He comes in, he fixes Wentz. Wentz gets comeback player of the year and looks like the guy that we all thought he was. Worst case scenario, that doesn't happen, and you have Jalen Hurts, and Sirianni makes Jalen Hurts into a good quarterback. So Either way, a lot of people think Hurts might get traded. A lot of people think Wentz might get traded. Too early to tell. But I think we got the right coaches in here to put something together with at least one of these guys. Now, look, there's a lot of rumors going about that 6th pick in the draft. Will the Eagles pick a quarterback? I don't know. That could be another thing. You get these guys to mentor a new guy. Who knows? But either way, I don't see it as being a lose for the Eagles. I think this hire was absolutely awesome. I've said it from the beginning. I'm down with fresh new ideas, and I really think that Nick Sirianni brings that. Now, on the defensive side, as I said earlier in the weekend, the Eagles hired Jonathan Gannon, who was a top prospect to be somebody's defensive coordinator. Teams like the Chargers and the Bears were looking at him. I think he brings, again, the Colts defense was pretty good last year. Their secondary, definitely. He brings fresh schemes, You're not going to have this sticks playing defense where you line your corners up 30 yards down the field. I know I'm exaggerating, but it's going to be different. And again, a lot of the players really respect this guy, what he was able to do with the secondary, what he was able to do with a guy like Xavier Rhodes. Just to bring that to this defense. Again, what have we been missing? The past couple of years, secondary play has been absolutely awful. It just has been. So you get a guy that's great with secondary to be your defensive coordinator. Makes sense to me. What about the offense? Quarterback play and wide receivers. Look, under Nick Sirianni, he had 6 different wide receivers with 1,000 yards. I mean, these wide receivers are going to flourish in a Nick Sirianni system. Now, again, that 6th pick, if you got a guy like Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith there, I don't see how you pass on a guy like that. But, again, we'll see. Either way, guys, it is going to be okay. I know a lot of fans are feeling a little bit negative and down about some of these coaches. And, look, it's just you're not going to find that here. Optimism is flourishing here at Bar 4133 with this Eagles coaching staff. And we still have some holes. We need a running backs coach. We need a tight ends coach. I don't know if Mark Emanuel is staying to coach the secondary. We'll see that. The machine, Tracy Rocker from Auburn, was hired as our defensive line coach. Definitely looking forward to that. It's a guy that coached Derek Barnett. So, with that being said, guys, now I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. Everybody stay safe out there. If you are a first-time watcher, you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for everybody that joins me live. Thanks for all the super chats. You guys are absolutely great. More content coming as this offseason is getting to be a little bit exciting. I find this stuff exciting to me. And one more thing on Deuce. Deuce Staley is now with the Detroit Lions with the same title he had here. Wish that guy nothing but the best. Hopefully he gets what he's looking for, and I appreciate his time as a player and a coach here. Of course, he will never have to buy a drink in Philly after being part of that 2017 Super Bowl winning coaching staff. With that being said, guys, stay safe, stay healthy. Go Birds. I'll see you later. Now, for this gift, we're going to do some unbagging, some unbag this instead of unbox these. I'm not mad at it. Nice Christmas bag. Zach Ripper Comics would love it. And taking out some of this tissue paper here. Probably sounds great on the mic. Maybe not. And I already see the midnight green, so I know it's Eagles related, or at least I hope so. And I can tell this is a sweatshirt or a hoodie. Hoping for a hoodie. And it is. Look, if you live on the East Coast and you don't like hoodies, I don't know what's wrong with you, but I love them. Boom. Eagles logo, midnight green hoodie. And what I'm looking at on the back here is absolutely awesome. And it's getting me hype as I have nothing like this here at Bar 4133. Check it out. Personalized on the back. Wild with the number 16. Now, no, 16 was not my number in high school or college. But it is because, and this is pretty creative, of my dad and I'm sure my mother, Evelyn. 1 for January and 6 for the day I was born in January, that being Three Kings Day. So awesome gift. Wow. Really, really love this. This is awesome. Can't wait to wear this, and not just around, but at Eagles games when I can go back next season. Great gift. If you're watching this right now, which I'm sure you are, Dad, thank you very much. Love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! E-A-G-L-E Yeah, right. I need Eagle Nation to stand.